261 on the PCT, and getting back to the trail actually right now. About 8 o'clock. It's when work starts, and I'll be at mile 268 starting today and heading towards Forester Pass. Took about a day and a half. You can see my eyes are all puffy. It's a hard day yesterday. Well worth it though. Summited Mount Whitney. Got into camp by the ranger station right around 5. Spent the night. Got up, slack packed, and went basically 14 miles. Took 7 hours to get there, which was a lot longer than expected. And it was really hard. Elevation at about 4,000 feet of gain. We got to the highest point in the lower 48. So that was awesome. Then coming down, after taking about an hour and a half lunch break, coming down took 6.5 hours to get back. Reason being is everything had melted. So it was tough. Post-holing, a lot of snow. Didn't get back to about 8:30. So made dinner and hit the hay, but definitely feeling it today. So today doesn't look as bad, or I should say as good, as long. About a 12-mile day. And I'll basically be staged right before Forester Pass, so we could hit that tomorrow. That happens to be the highest pass and the highest point on the PCT, which is really cool. So a lot of neat things that I'll be hitting. No cell service at all. It's one thing I wish I had, although it's been very nice. But enjoying all the peace and quiet, that's for sure. Weather looks stupendous. So I'll check back in after I get some miles in. Over and out. Let's go. Here we go. Had a great lunch. Now we're gonna keep walking. About 2 o'clock. About 6 miles to go. Over and out. All right. Here is the third crossing of the day. This is Tyndall Creek, and I'm just gonna go through it with my shoes because my feet are soaked because of all the stuff. But you can see it's roaring. All right, here we go. All right, I gotta verify that, but we're gonna check out the actual mileage, but it should be close to that. Oh, look at this. Good night. Thanks for watching. Good morning. Day 62 on the PCT 2025. It's time to rise and shine and get Forester Pass conquered. Gonna hit it hard while it's frozen. It's 5 a.m. We're gonna rock and roll. Over and out. All right. We are off. Again, got about 2.8 miles to the summit of Forester Pass. And you can see these trail conditions are ideal because if it was warmer, we'd be post-holing. Post-holing basically means you're dumping down into the snow to your kneecap. So this isn't for everybody, I can tell you that much. If you want a challenge, this is a good one. basically waking up at 4, getting on the trail by 5, 5:30, depending on how fast you can get going, and walking on the ice instead of those soggy slush from the day before. So I saw headlamps when it was pitch black, people that were coming over. So we're late, although I think it's perfect because I get to see everything. And it is beautiful. All right, over and out. All right, at the base of the gateway, of course, with a nice south wind that's blowing me up the hill, which is beautiful. You know, I have a fishing pole handy, and one of my attractions to come out this far and this fast last night was this pond. Well, you don't see it because it's iced over. So, trout are in there, I'm sure. Not today. Alright, gonna head up Forester Pass. Should only have about a mile. That little pathway right there. And that is the highest pass on the Pacific Crest Trail. Just cool to know. At 13,800 feet-ish. So I did a profile of all the passes last night, and I'll share that with you. Talk to you later. All right, here we are at the bottom, and you can see other hikers are moving up. There's 3 there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And some of them are just going straight up instead of using the actual path. So in the snowy conditions, it's a little easier just to do that, and you bypass some mileage, but it just depends. It's easier to use the switchbacks for sure. So, all right, that's where I just came from. You can see the sun. It's about 6:30. As soon as that sun starts hitting this snow, it gets slushy. So the sooner we can get up and over, the better. That's why everyone starts so early. All right, keep you posted. All right, 8 o'clock. We're on the north face of Forester Pass, and it is completely snowed in. Had a great slide down that face, and just heading down. Got sunscreen on, and it is just stunning. All right, supposedly you can see the trees on that side, see the mountain, you can see the trees on this side. In between here, evidently there was some avalanche that happened. Pretty remarkable. And look at this beautiful creek river now. It's getting bigger and bigger as we get down. Beautiful day. It is creeping up on 4 o'clock. A little less than 3 miles to the Kearsage Pass exit, where I'll be exiting tomorrow. I'm just walking in the middle of this beautiful forest, coming down from Forester. I did get a chance to go fishing, and guess what? We're gonna have golden trout tonight. So, a nice little fishing hole, and but the woods that I'm in right now are just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. This looks like ramen with some golden trout tonight. Keep you posted. Over and out. Good morning, day 63 on the PCT 2025. 8 a.m. and the Kearsage Pass. Gonna resupply and then basically jump off trail for a while. I'm heading to Charlotte for Tessa's wedding. Gonna spend a week with them and just sort of take the next couple days to relax from hiking, heading into the town of Bishop. And I don't know, just let you keep you posted. But right now I had a great night's sleep, 2 days of hard hiking, getting to Whitney, also getting to Forester Pass, and looking forward to getting into town, getting my laundry and some food. Completely out of food, completely out of TP, so it's time to resupply and then go from there. But great morning, got going right at 8, and hoping to be at the trailhead sometime around noon. Got about 7 miles. Over and out. All right, this is Kearsage Pass. I'm on the road, or the trail, as you can see right there. It basically takes you off the PCT 7.5 miles in order to get to a trailhead. Then from the trailhead, we have to get a hitch into whatever town we want. Already spent the night at Lone Pine, then there's Independence, and then Bishop. So shooting to get a hitch into Bishop, but just check this out. Gorgeous. All right, keep you posted. Over and out. All right, day 63 on the PCT, exiting the PCT out on the Kearsage Pass and heading down. Look at this boulder field that I'm in. Just past Gilbert Lake. Amazing. And then way down there you could see the flatland towards Bishop. That's actually, I think, Independence, but a lot of different types of rocks here I'm seeing. Trying to find a little prize to take home. And still got quite a bit of ways to get down there to the trailhead. About 2 miles. So I'm gonna hustle and moving out. Over and out. All right, coming down Kearsage Pass into Onion Spring Trailhead, which is right here. And basically, next time I'm coming back on the PCT, I'll be coming and going back up this section. There it is. All right, now I gotta try to find a ride. Over and out. You see these? Yeah, baby. We're in heaven. Later. All right. Checking out day 64, 0 day on the PCT. Had a great stay at the East Side Hostel here in Bishop. Place is beautiful. Now we're gonna just figure out what we're doing and then go from there. So taking a 0 today, relaxing our bodies, getting good food, and planning the next day. So you can see this place is just really, really special. Some hikers getting ready to roll. All right, keep you posted. Day 64 on the PCT. This is Rick Osborne Jr. with Geology Rocks, aka Stillwater Hiker. Rock and roll. Trail man. Over and out. Because I'm on fire. Look at it. I'm on fire. Bam, bam, bam. It's on fire.
Sorry. You just ruined it. I keep ruining your guys' videos.
No, you didn't. You made it, man. Is that a Chihuahua?
I don't know.
There's a Chihuahua on fire.
Oh my gosh. Look at it.
All right. In the middle of a volcano, walked up into the plug area of the Panana or something like that crater here at Mono Lake, and you got all these really cool pieces of obsidian, andesite, pumice, and look at that obsidian right there that you can see the flow structure in. So this is basically the plug of it. Look at that shiny piece of obsidian right there. And we're in the middle of it. So this is a dormant hotspot. So it could erupt one day again. And we're sitting here on just the east flank of the Sierra Nevadas. And you can see them in the distance right there. And just cruising around looking at some of this really cool geological outcrops. All right, over and out.